Okay, today's hike will start us here at the Terrell connector, and we're going to go to back to the cemetery, and then we're going to check out the Tom Bevill Trail. That's my plan, man. It's breezy. There's a trail we're going to be going down right there, and I don't have a raincoat or an umbrella with me. It's only 20% chance of rain, but it sure looks like more rain than that. So wish me luck, but the weather is perfect for a walk in the woods. Terrell Connector Trail. It's about a half-a-mile trail to the Terrell Trail. Terrell is one of the families in the area, and we'll see some of their family gravestones when we get to the cemetery. So today we're going to the left towards Terrell Mountain, Tom Bevill, Juction Mine, and Cave. But we're going to be doing the Tom Bevill Trail, and also to the left is the cemetery. So we're going to check that out. And if we went that way, there's Aubrey Carr Scenic Drive, and the Terrell Trail will go on the other side of the road, and we'll meet up with this loop on down, not very far. But we're going to go this way today, not to the right, to the left. On this breezy Saturday, there are a lot of cars at the trailheads. So if I get lost, I'll have some company out here, at least, besides the past few hikes where I've only run into one or two other hikers. All right. Looks like we get to go up a little bit. Through the trees you can see the water tower. That's where the lodge is, and that's where you can access several of the trails, such as Butler's Pass, Golf Course Loop, the Waterfall Trail. Let's see, what else is over that way? Meredith is over that way. And just on the other side of the lodge, straight down the mountain, is the campground, down the lodge trail. So for a little bit of a perspective there, the Cascade Trail is off that way. The Cave, the Moonshine, all those are over on that other hill. We're on this hill though. And this is a bike path, so do look out. Several of these trails are bike and hike or multi-use trails, so just keep an eye out for what you're on. This one is a bike trail, and by this one I mean the Terrell Trail. The Terrell Trail is a bike trail. Okay, we made it back to the cemetery. Terrell Trail, that way, that's where I came from. Let's see what all these signs say. King's Chapel Trail. This is the way we're going to go back after we go do the Tom Bevill Trail. Okay, so we'll remember that. But let's go check out the cemetery here. There's another sign here. To Tom Bevill. Okay, that's where I go for the Tom Bevill Trail. Okay, cool. Well, what can I say about this little trip? There are a lot of little babies buried here, as all old cemeteries. Some families had 2, 3, 4. Early 1900s, my own grandfather, his family, there were only 2 surviving children out of that family, I think of about 7 or 8. But a lot of family names: King, Terrell, Flippo, there's Presley. Some of the tombstones you can't read at all. Some you can barely make out. A lot of them just have the wooden lettering, wooden sign with the family name. Yeah. As the rain starts to fall. I will leave everyone at rest here. It's a beautiful resting spot. Trying to imagine what life was like back when they were all alive. 1800s. A lot of these are born in the 1800s. Probably mid 1800s to early 1900s. We're heading down to the Tom Bevill Trail. This is where we ended yesterday. So I'm excited to see the spring that the Cherokee Indians used as a water source. Supposedly still there today, a year-round spring. So I just came out of there and we are back to where we were yesterday. So that sign up there, I don't know if you can see it, but that will take us back to the cemetery. That's how we'll go back, King's Chapel way. And straight ahead is where the emus and the donkeys and the goats are. But it's a good little walk. Probably about a mile, maybe 3/4 of a mile. I didn't clock it, but it took a minute. And then we're going to go to the Tom Bevill Trail, which is back this way just a little bit, and we'll hit that junction. Okay, we're going to just came from that way. Going to follow the spring connector to the Tom Bevill Trail that way, and we should come out there, I think. Yes, because the cave trail is that way. That's where we came from yesterday. Let's go see the spring. Well, if I had to take a wild guess, I would say this water flowing right here, well, this puddle, you can see the puddle is coming from right up in here. We've not had any rain, so this is coming from a spring. I almost walked by it. It's not marked. On there, you can see a little bit of water up in there. I don't even think this is a scooper. I'd have to dig a hole to scoop some of this. Okay, well, there you have it. And spring's been around a while. Okay. I wonder what the flow was like back in the day. And probably certain times of the year it flows better. Probably not a good flow time right now. Fall. Getting close to winter. Okay, back there I pass the Tom Bevill alternate trail. Now here is a Tom Bevill bypass and the Tom Bevill Trail. I'm sticking to the Tom Bevill Trail. I don't remember seeing a bypass. I remember seeing an alternate trail. So I'm not sure what that is. But I do believe that the Tom Bevill trails are biking trails, although they don't look very used. A lot of people said in the reviews that they're not blazed and they're overgrown. I'm finding orange blazes so I don't recall the dates of those reviews. So far, so good. I am probably half a mile into it, maybe a little more. So, see, there's a blaze. It's hard to tell the trail because, you know, it's fall. There's leaves everywhere. But that being said, it's fall. It is so pretty. And back there you could see the colors in the nearby hills, mountains. Nice. Going up here. See that rocky knoll up there? Just hiked up and around that. I was on the other side of it. And now we're just maneuvering through these rocks and leaf covered trail. Pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know anything about the Tom Bevill bypass and the Tom Bevill alternate. Stay on the Tom Bevill. I just met two dads and about 4 or 5 young ones. I'm saying the oldest might have been 8. Might have been down to 4 or 5 years old. They're done. But they're being good. Tom Bevill. Oh, to Junction mine. Well, Junction mine, that's what I want to do. That's an in and out trail, but there's supposed to be a really beautiful creek at the end of it. It's probably about a 4.5 mile round trip. So let me think about where I have to hike to just to get to the beginning of it. That's the thing. When a trail might be a 2.5 mile in and out, in, and then, or 2 point something in and 2 point something back, but then you have to hike a mile to get there. Sometimes that is the case. Okay. Now, maybe we're about at the end of it. Highway 227, that way. Just came from that way. There's water out there, but you probably can't see it through the trees. So that was a group of people back there sitting up on a rock knoll singing. They were singing very well. It's in another language. It almost sounded like an African type language. I couldn't put my finger on it. But singing, clapping, and wooting. Woot, woohoo, woo. Like, woo! Like that. Anyway, looks like the sun's coming out, but it is sprinkling right now. I know if... And again, that's 227, what you hear over there. And this trail has turned into, you know, what looks like an old logging road or something along those lines. Jeep road from the narrower side of the mountain. There might be a little bit better view, but I don't know. Now, I'm pretty sure that's the Tennessee River out there. So I'm thinking in the wintertime, when the leaves are more bare, you could probably see more of the river out there. But it's nice looking through the trees, seeing the water. Now our water views have become lake views, like Guntersville. Ah, this is like the trail that never ends. 2 people have asked me, like, how much further? I have no idea. I was thinking this was a 2 point something mile trail, but I think it's actually like 3.5. And then I have to add that I have about a mile to get out. But, dang, I think I've gone 4 miles. And my total for the day was supposed to be like 5 or 6, but I'm not out of here yet. So, it's a pretty trail. Just gonna enjoy it. The last leg of the journey, King's Chapel Trail. That way, after hiking back to the cemetery, right there. Okay, now it's dog walk time. And it is raining lightly but steady. This King's Chapel Trail, I thought it was moderate to difficult. I'll have to check because this has not been bad. Just kind of rolls along here. Not technical at all. I hear the cars up ahead, but that means nothing because some of these trails go along beside the road for a while, but this is only 8/10 of a mile, so we're about ending today's walkabout. The Tom Bevill Trail, the Spring Trail, part of the Terrell Trail, and now the King's Chapel Trail. So, let's see. Have to see what we do tomorrow. Tomorrow is our last hiking day here. Quit your mind, or go back and do some that I liked. Don't know.